Hey sinners, you're listening to Sinful Cuts, the podcast that takes a look at the wild, weird, and wonderful world of horror. We take a deep dive into some of your favorite movies, possibly uncover some hidden gems. Sometimes we even get some stinkers. Thank you so much for joining us. We truly love having you here. Please sit back, take a listen, and let's get our scare on.
Thrill me.
Hey sinners, welcome to Shortcuts. This is our mini episode where we go over all the horror happenings for the week. This week, because we are post-Halloween, things are a little lighter.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of in that little valley right now. This is kind of a weird thing to say, but I do feel like it picks up in December. I don't know why, but I always feel like
Probably for the holiday horror, the hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
It's always a weird week, especially today, because this is going to post right after Thanksgiving. We hope you all had a wonderful holiday.
Oh yeah.
Right now, I think the only thing going on not necessarily to talk about, but is the movie Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Okay, here we've discussed this previously. You know, I have kind of a little bit of a blind spot with Rob Zombie and Eli Roth. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily my cup of tea, the movies that they've done previously, but I'm hearing nothing but great things about Thanksgiving.
I just read the synopsis recently, and it actually so it does make sense.
Okay.
I don't want to say didn't make sense before, but I'm very intrigued about it because it's actually regarding Black Friday. Like, basically somebody dies because of the chaos on Black Friday. Ooh. And I guess you're assuming a family member, I guess, involved. It's almost kind of like I Know What You Did Last Summer type of a thing.
Okay.
So the following year, I don't know if he goes after just anybody or people that were involved,
associated with it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. But I've always despised Black Friday.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this.
Yes,
and I'm sorry, Mom, to tell the story, but it was
Mom's the killer?
Yes. Spoiler alert. No, it was, I don't know, I was probably like 7 or 8 years old. I don't know, obviously wasn't old enough to be left alone at home. So my mom takes me to the mall. And we go on Black Friday. I didn't know this was a thing. I had no idea about it. So, now keep in mind, I'm an only child. I was very shy as a kid, and I really did not like crowds at all. At all.
God.
So, obviously,
I'm getting anxiety for you right now.
I'm in the epitome of an anxiety-ridden moment as a child. And, so I say something, and I'm like, Mommy, why is it's so crazy here?
Yeah.
And my mom just kind of says something along the lines of, like, well, yeah, it's Black Friday. So now I'm looking at her, I'm like, you knew it was gonna be like this, and you brought me here, and so ever since then, I'm like, I never participated in a Black Friday moment. I don't find it fun. I don't find it intriguing. I hate everything about it.
You just described your villain origin story, right? You literally just laid it out.
So that's John Carver's, because apparently that's his name in the film. The villain's name is John Carver. So somebody he's very close to dies. So now this is his rampage a year later.
I heard the kills
I'm sure there's more to it than that, but that's pretty much what I read, and I'm like, oh, that's a really good plot.
I heard the kills are sick.
Yeah.
And because I've been listening to a couple other podcasts and interviews, everyone's also saying that it's pretty gorgeous.
Okay.
Like it's filmed really, really well. It is, how I feel about, let's just get to it with a slasher, and the pacing's great, and unlike a lot of stuff out right now, I think we're talking about maybe an hour and 45.
Okay.
You're in, you're out, you have some fun. So we're going to do a little field trip. Shannon and I are planning a field trip with Matt and possibly Roy.
All right, Roy.
And we're going to Thanksgiving kill it up. Okay. So, couple of things I want to talk about as far as movies go. So Sinners, that's it. As far as new releases in the theaters right now, you've got Thanksgiving. Hey, we're lucky to have it. We're happy to have it.
Yeah, I'm happy to have it.
Everybody go see it.
Well, we'll see. I didn't see it yet, but
I went, yeah, true.
Because I was excited about it. It's a Wonderful Knife, and we all saw how that turned out. So, lesson learned, don't get my hopes up. I can't help it sometimes.
Fast forward to next week. It stinks on ice. Don't listen to what we said the last podcast. I went into the city, and I did a double feature day at the Alamo Drafthouse. And one of the movies I saw was Frank Darabant's The Mist in black and white. Now, you can get the black and white version on the Blu-ray as one of the special features, but I want to see it on the big screen. Shannon, when I tell you, holy guacamole. Oh, my God. Everything popped off the screen. It works so well because your mind, you're seeing it in black and white, a movie that you've seen probably a couple of times, but it plays tricks on you because you're automatically transported back into like a 50s movie.
Okay.
But unlike a 50s movie, like say Creature from the Black Lagoon or Tarantula or something like that,
right?
People are dropping F-bombs. There's gratuitous violence. You really don't know how to process it because you're like, well, this is like a creature feature, and it looks gorgeous. Like there's even this little grainy quality to the black and white, which is it just couldn't look better.
Did it make it feel like an older film than 100%. It actually was? Okay, that's pretty cool.
100%. I mean, I know everything is contemporary, but it did. It just, you're looking at a black and white film and you're like, oh my God, and everything pops. Like everybody looked gorgeous because black and white just, it just enhances everything.
Yeah,
so
I love like a good black and white film. I was actually watching one yesterday, but I just happened to have it on TV, like just as I was doing things around the house.
What'd you have?
It was from 1939.
Oh, okay.
It was like a mobster film, where everybody talks like this.
Oh, wow.
But I love that shit.
Why is this lady talking with a mouth? Why I ought to fill you full of holes.
And everything just worked out in the end. Just sums everything up.
So
love that stuff.
The one saving grace of the black and white as well was that, look, guys, I love The Mist. I absolutely adore it. It's one of my favorite movies. But some of the effects are janky. The practical work in the movie I really like. But the CGI, it's all right. What do we got? Like, I think it's 2006. It's a little janky.
Yeah.
The black and white goes a long way of kind of like buffering over that.
Okay.
So it looks a lot better. And then, spoiler alert, gang, for a movie that, I don't do good math or any, but I think 18 years old, if that's 19 years old, 17 years old.
He's thinking very hard.
My brain hurts. Is that the ending of the movie? It hits so much harder.
Okay.
It just hits so much harder, So anyway, look, sinners, I guess what I'm trying to say is if you happen to see The Mist in black and white at a theater near you, run over old women and children and please go see it because it's so great. And I'll give the Alamo Drafthouse a shout out, though, because what they do for all movies, not just this one, they tell you to get to the movie a half hour early because they actually do a curated show. It's a half-hour show that they do just before the movie that ties into the genre. So for this one, there were a lot of old trailers.
Okay.
For some black and white creature features. There were commercials from like the 60s and 50s, which were hysterical. I just love that shit.
Yes.
I just absolutely love that.
It's always a good time.
So that wraps up our movies. We'll pivot now to some streaming.
Yes.
All right. You may or may not have seen some of these. Did you see No One Will Save You yet on Hulu?
Did I watch that? I haven't.
The Alien. Okay.
No, I was told to watch it.
Check it out. Okay. Just wanted to remind.
No, wait. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Because everything blends to me. So there's so much going on.
Yeah.
This is the girl that. This is the no talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I did.
Just wanted to remind sinners that it's out there.
Else.
Okay. Look, we see so many movies.
I know. They all blend.
You're allowed.
No, that's an absolute, definitely a smash.
One that I finally watched, I don't know, this is horror adjacent, and I'm doing this with my hands to mimic horror adjacent.
This is like my He-Man dolls.
This is my little robot arms. A Haunting in Venice.
Oh, that was fun.
It was fun, right?
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun little whodunit.
I really did like it. And it's gorgeous. I just love the gothic kind of sets and scenery, and
yeah, it looked gorgeous,
right? Right, and it was good. So just want to let you know that Talk to Me, which we saw together, is now on VOD. When Evil Lurks is on Shudder, gang. You can do, if you're sick of your family, the day after Thanksgiving, and you don't feel bad enough from all of the fighting and horrible conversations that your uncle did, and you want to feel worse, you can do a back-to-back double feature. I would highly recommend doing Demian Rugna's Terrified, and then do When Evil Lurks. And that will be 4 hours well spent, but maybe afterwards, go look for rainbows. Put on something cheerful, because that's a tough hang. I know you haven't seen it yet, but I will be not quizzing you, that's the wrong word. I will be threatening you. I meant to say threatening you.
Oh, that's better.
I will be threatening you.
My face goes, oh, okay.
Because I'm so curious to see what you and Matt have to say about it.
When Evil Lurks.
When Evil Lurks.
I know, it's definitely on our to-do list.
You got to carve out the right
see
moment,
list,
though.
yeah.
You know?
Okay.
It's not a folding laundry movie like we established last week.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to, because I am visiting, I'll be back from visiting family by then, so hopefully by the time this posts.
Did you see Insidious: The Red Door?
I did not.
I did not either.
Okay.
Okay, but it is
Yeah.
it's on VOD. I did see Totally Killer on Prime with, oh my God, Kiernan Shipka.
Totally Killer. Okay.
Totally Killer, time travel. She goes back to when her mom's in high school, and there's a serial killer.
Oh, okay.
It's fun. It's fun film.
It's fun? Okay.
It's a fun film, and Catherine and Reagan give it a thumbs up as well.
Nice.
They watched it. Oh boy, okay. On Shudder, I watched this movie called Lockdown Tower. It's a French film.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good movie.
Okay.
It's not a fun time.
Oh, okay.
It's
Is it like elephant vibes?
no, God, no, not that bad. Oh Jesus, no. This is more along the lines of kind of bleak, like
Okay.
kind of bleak dystopian. Okay, ready for a quick synopsis? It's a tower block in France.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, a black void envelops the tower, the building, and if you leave,
Almost kind of like The Mist in a way, but okay.
but it like literally stops at the door. Like they open the front door and it's just black, and someone pokes their hand through and it cuts their hand off. So where their hand stops and they draw back is a stump. So just think of it as like it's acidic.
Okay.
And so you've got this tower block, then everyone's trapped in there, and they all start to form different factions of floors.
Right.
And some people have these resources, and some people have these. And then it goes... I mean, then it starts doing time jumps of 6 months later.
Oh, wow.
Then the next time jump is 2 years later. Nothing gets better.
It's all worse. What's this called?
Lockdown Tower on Shudder. It is, again, it's like probably like a quick hour and a half, hour and 40.
Okay.
Performances are great. It's a vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds really interesting.
You know what it felt like? It felt like your favorite bleak Stephen King short story. You know, when he like felt mean, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill a lot of people." Really. I mean, I hesitate to say it's really good, but it's really
To
good.
write a mean song.
But it's a mean one. And then I'll wrap up with nothing because I mentioned all of the things that. Oh, sorry, I got one more, and that is Mercy Road. Just found out about it 10 minutes before you got here. It's on video on demand.
So familiar.
Australian film with a father racing to prevent his child's kidnapping. And that's all I know, because I didn't watch the trailer yet, but it looks really good.
Okay.
So that's, I'll check, I'm going to check that out, and I'll do a little wrap-up next.
That's on Shudder as well?
That's on Shudder as well. Oh,
okay.
Shoot. Okay, I'm a dirty liar. We have to talk about The Conference on Netflix.
The Conference, okay.
Swedish film, directed by this guy, Patrick Eklund.
Okay.
It's so good. You know how sometimes stuff pops up? It's not even in your queue. It's just like new releases.
Yeah.
And I was listening to a podcast and they mentioned it, and it got high praise. And I've just been scrolling past this damn thing for like 3 weeks now.
Okay.
Because The Killer wears the branding of the supermarket, like the IKEA chain that the people are building. So it's basically The Office is a slasher. Like if the people from The Office were sent to a conference, an off-site conference of like team building, and then a killer started killing them one by one, that's like what the movie is.
Okay.
It's so well made. It's so much fun. The kills are insane. And it has something that I really appreciate in a slasher movie is that the killer gets hurt and tired from chasing everyone. Like, he literally at one point sits down because you could tell he's like, this is so exhausting killing all these people. It's got a great sense of humor, but first and foremost, it is beautifully shot and it's insanely edited. Like, they have, not that I'm not spoiling anything, but like, for an example, they do all these incredible transitions between scenes. Like, I've got this big mallet and I go to smash you on the head, and the second before it makes contact, they cut to another scene of someone like slopping down mashed potatoes on a plate.
Oh,
like,
wow.
so it, like, visually, you know that's what happened to the person, but they're doing
But
it.
they edited it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just really, really clever.
I like transition clips like that.
So I looked up the director. This guy just directs a hell of a lot of TV. Like, nothing in his previous work would scream horror.
Okay.
But this person is someone to watch because this movie just absolutely sings. So that's The Conference on Netflix. That gets 5. I was going to say stars, but let's make it interesting. 5. I was going to say chainsaws, but that feels like we're going to get sued. 5. I don't know. Shannon, help me. 5 decapitations. No one's doing that.
Perfect.
5. That gets 5 decapitations.
No one's doing that.
That's going on a t-shirt. And then I'm just going to quickly wrap up, gang, because we're just about at that time. 2 books only.
Yeah.
Mr. Lullaby by J.H. Markert. Definitely not pronouncing that right, but it's spelled Markert. In the vein of T. Kingfisher, an author that I love. T. Kingfisher's The Goods.
Okay.
So, sinners, put that T. Kingfisher on your radar. And Christopher Golden, who I also love. Christopher Golden's a gem. The boundary protecting our world from the monsters on the other side is weakening, and Mr. Lullaby is about to break through. You had me at Mr. Lullaby. Mm-hmm. Love the name. Sounds interesting. Then this one was fun. This one's In the Kingdom of Sweets by Erica Johansson. And the gloriously transportive reimagining of the Nutcracker.
Okay.
Timely.
Nice.
Tells the tale of twin sisters divided by envy and magic, set against each other on a fateful Christmas Eve. Sounds pretty cool, right?
Okay.
And sinners, as always, I get all of these book recommendations from a site called Read Jump Scares, which is curated by Emily C. Hughes. So I just want to give Emily a shout out. I crib all of your stuff from that site, and she does a monthly what's going to be published and what to look out for, but it goes way deeper than that. She's got incredible blogs. She's got different subgenres of fiction, like magical realism, witches, werewolves, stuff like that. So you could really lose yourself on this site. That's readjumpscares.com, and I really love it. That's good stuff. That's all I got.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say I don't even really have any anniversaries this week.
No.
So we'll pick it back up again, I guess, into holiday season.
You know what I think? What I'll mention, because we're just about at Black Friday, which we both hate. Check out shops like on Etsy. Check out local retailers. You want to get, someone that you love, something horrific. I love combing through Etsy.
Yeah, so do I.
There's so many good creative people on there doing, homemade goods. So, just try and support local as always. We try and get that message out there.
Yeah, for sure.
We will. I was just about to say, have a happy Thanksgiving.
We are recording
gonna do
this
that.
post Thanksgiving, but
So this was a shortcuts. Hope you enjoyed. right now we gotta talk about our main episode. So Shannon, you know I can't do anything until you take us out of here.
That's a cut.
I got good news and bad news, girls. The good news is your dates are here.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.